Can you imagine a world without the internet? For a lot of us, it would mean no Facebook, no Twitter, and no ordering food online. If the internet stopped working one morning, it would mean not being able to stream movies online, not being able to post travel pictures on Instagram, not being able to Google everything at the drop of a hat. Living without the internet would cause a lot of immediate problems like the ones listed above. However, what would happen if the internet went down for a long term? In the next few minutes, we are going to be exploring that. So sit tight and watch till the end. You wouldn't be able to log on to social networking sites and services like Facebook or Twitter. You wouldn't be able to fire up an instant messaging service to check up on your friends. Some cable and satellite services wouldn't be unavailable actually, if you think about it. You could still access television programming sent via broadcast towers if you had an antenna. But if the cable and satellite systems were part of the general collapse, you'd lose access to most channels. At the end of the first day, Facebook and Google would have lost over $300 million in advertising revenue between them. Most other businesses would have ground to a halt as well, since banking, telephone, and mobile phone networks all rely on the internet to function. The modern power grid relies on the internet to coordinate power plants and electricity substations. Without it, each country's national grid has become unbalanced, and local outages escalate into a blackout for most of the world. Gas pipelines have shut down since they rely on power and the internet. Assuming the collapse was either of a permanent or extended nature, many companies would go out of business. Hundreds of thousands of people would be out of a job. The economic fallout would probably be the primary crisis governments would face around the world if the internet were to collapse. But that would just be one problem the world leaders would face. As the internet has become more pervasive, countries have used it to gather intelligence and to spy on one another. The loss of the internet would be an enormous blow to intelligence agencies. Sharing information would become slow and difficult. The internet has become an important part of many educational programs. The loss of the internet would leave a void that other resources would need to fill. Resources cost money, something that would be in short supply as markets around the world try to recover from staggering losses. In the developed world, most countries have recreated a basic landline telephone network and have begun to rebuild society. Everywhere else has reverted to an agrarian subsistence economy. The death toll from the starvation, cold, and unrest is estimated at 1 billion worldwide. The global economy is back to 1930s level. Here's the good news. A total collapse of the internet would be almost impossible. The internet isn't a magic box with an on and off switch. It's not even a physical thing, it's a collection of physical things and it's constantly changing.